Welcome back to our little Brazilian Bacuri map here. I can't pronounce the name, sorry. Anyways, we've had a bit of a reboot due to some I don't know, maybe issues with my choice of how season work or whatever. Seems to be a bit of a problem for me personally. But anyways, we had a reboot, and so in the reboot. The reason I left the first one is because, well, it's there, it's well, it's there. I did it, and there's some good information there. So I'll explain what I've done. I sold this plot of land, and I've done quite a bit of work. Seasons and precision farming together is a can be a daunting task, and I've spent most of the day today prepping the fields and the farmyard. So we bought the main farmyard, the one with the cow pasture, chickens, and house, and the yard that you should start with when new farmer, in my opinion, when you get new farmer. I've also bought a couple of the fields. Now, the fields on this map is they are massive fields, and typically I wouldn't do precision farming. This field right here is ours. Typically, I wouldn't do precision farming on such a big map or such a fields of this size, because it just takes so darn long to soil sample them. It took me the better part of over 2 hours to do the soil sampling on those two fields, and that was a grind. Wow, let me tell you. And then after that, then I limed and fertilized the field that had crop in it, and I did lime on the field that doesn't have crop, and I did not see it. I have not seeded anything yet, because this field here over here has canola in it, which looks ready but isn't, which is a quirk of the oh, now it's ready. Must have turned over just as I was because it wasn't. Oh yeah, there it is. Of course it is now. Okay, so anyways, while I was bringing all the equipment, so we went green. We're going green on this one, because I really haven't run a lot of John Deeres, and I like them. I like the way they look. I like how they drive. This one, I said, okay, they got triples on the back. That's a beast. I like it. It's the 8400R. I believe this one has like 400 horsepower. I got a couple of different John Deere harvesters. This is the S790 with the 22,000 liter hopper. This is the base game S790 with the 14,000 liter hopper. Let's jump over to these. Here's another girl, the 6215R, or the 6 series. And with the triples, I just like, oh, the triples are so cool. I like them. No front 3-point available on this. We probably could. It took the weights off. There's a hitch, so we could attach one if we needed. Here is the 6250R with the front 3-point. I've got the two Brazilian seeders, and I picked up. Oh, of course, this is the Roadrunner with the RYC, the TARDIS trailer, and the Roadrunner in green, gold, and green and gold. Kind of Don Johnson deer. Don Johnson. That's something from the way back. Yeah, and some random equipment. The planter I got is the well. Let's look at it in the DB60 24 row. There she is there. Liquid fertilizer though, so we're going to need. We're going to need to buy the replenishment canister. Oh, I've set off these cedars, the Anne Marie seed lime, the lime point, because I was running out of lime like crazy. I put them everywhere, just because. Well, you have to. Where am I gonna put this? Where would be a good place to put this? Somewhere accessible yet not in the way. Actually, that probably would work. It's kind of in the way. Kind of want it closer to the exit. How far can I? Okay, I'll put it there. It'll be good there. So we are ready to harvest. So we can actually get one of these guys started. Let's do a headland. I got the tool hide on this one so that we can go scooty-dee, zippity-doo, zippity-doo-doo. A little faster anyways, for our own benefit. This one should be good because it's fully fertilized and limed. It did not need plowing. It did take forever to do all that, even with two tractors liming. It just, because the next time you do it, it'll last a little longer. I might have to, I had trailers, but obviously they weren't big enough because I was refilling them quite frequently. So we'll just I don't think the workers like this field being so close to the road. They tend to stop quite far away from the road, so I'm gonna do a couple of headlands here on this side and the other side, and hopefully they'll be okay with that. And we'll see how it goes. What is my yield like? Oh, it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. A good thing I was gonna go with 2 of the regular base game, and then it's like, some of this stuff might be pretty high yielding, and this is looking not crazy. Oh. One interesting note on the crops. The one notable absence, shall we say, is rice, which I've pretty much seen on every Brazilian map that has come out. So, don't know why. It's not like it's. I don't know. I guess I just got used to seeing it on the Brazilian maps, and it's not here. Of course, the peanut thing is kind of just nothing I have seen on any other map on console. I don't believe I do believe that this is the only map with peanuts. So that is different. We might try that. So my plan, and I'm going to be, there we go, full. Righty then. Oh, that was lucky. I got right to it. Oh, let me shut off that brake. Yes, so my plans for this field and for this series. Since we have, I decided to kind of pad my beginning here just because the size of the fields would make it quite actually painful running with the new farmer start equipment, and we do only have we're counting the days now to FS22, and I don't think I'm going to be making a 50 episode series on here, but I do want to test out a little bit more extensively the different crops that we did a short test in my map test of all the different crops, but it wasn't really it wasn't thorough by any means, and I don't even know if this is going to be as thorough as one could, but it will be a much more in-depth testing of the various crops with seasons, with precision farming, and if we have time in between, we're going to try out animals too. We'll try to fit everything in, possibly. Another thing I want to show you. This is kind of like the initial setup of this whole project here. Kind of that first episode was kind of a failed attempt, I suppose. The ryegrass is a bit of an odd bird. I ran into a problem where it just never got to the point where it was ready to harvest. And I don't know. I have a bit of an idea, but I see this Brazil, of course, is in South America, which is Southern Hemisphere. So in the Southern Hemisphere, as you may know or may not know, summer is winter for us, and winter so the seasons are opposite. Their summer occurs November, December, January, February, when our winter is. So their summer's when our winter is. Then their winter is June, July, August, May, June, July, August, and then of course the spring and fall are opposite of us as well. So if I'm going to let this worker take this for a moment, and I'm going to set this guy off. And I'm going to show you the planting schedule. Now, because this game or the seasons mod starts you in spring, basically, if you pick the Brazilian, and I've picked the Brazilian geo to match the map, because just having seasons on runs it with snow and everything, and I'm pretty sure Brazil doesn't get snow. So I wanted to have the climate match the map as much as possible. All right, so okay, let's take a look at the planting. Now at the top, now you can see we're in the second or the third day of spring, so late spring, which is actually winter in southern hemisphere, and that's why it looks a little goofy. We have it's all over the place. You're planting seasons in winter for wheat and barley and oat basically, and we're right in the middle of the harvest. Cotton, if cotton's, we're not going to deal with cotton. Canola, that's why we're harvesting right now, because we're in harvest season for canola. Sunflowers, we're apparently planting soybeans, corn, potatoes. Sugar beet is planting season now, and harvest is more of a traditional time scale. And then when we go down to all the then you get the oilseed radish, of course, is any time popular, but grass. But the sugar cane is all year round, is kind of like a tropical product. And then when you come to the extra sorghum, pinto bean, Napier maize, ryegrass, and peanut is where you get the opposite flip-flop planting harvest season scenario. So if I've done enough talking and showing that boring graph there. So late spring is really late autumn. I'm wondering, I don't even know how they could fix that. Probably not. Unless somehow unless they do it, unless instead of saying late spring, they actually put a month as a designated planting. So planting would be typically here April, May, June-ish. Down there it'd be October, November, September, October, November would be their spring. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just kind of rambling. So yeah, we're going to be a bit. This is a fairly large field by any standard. And like I said, we did not. Although, see now again, we could be planting corn in that other field. It offers an interesting opportunity because we're harvesting some crops harvest this time of year, and other crops like soybean, even I can see sunflower. That's sunflower, soybean, corn, potatoes, sugar beet are in the planting season. You know what? I think that's what we're going to try out on the other field. But anyways, we're going to cut away, and I'm going to spend the next hour or so harvesting this field, and I kind of gonna decide what to do with with our other field, and maybe we can alternate. That's kind of presents an interesting opportunity here to do a little experimentation as well. Anyways, that's we're going to set that up, and we will see you back a little bit later. All right, and here we are. I've decided to go with soybeans. For well, reason number one, it's the only crop that can be planted at this particular time that I can harvest with a regular header. Corn and sunflower obviously needs a header that I don't have right now. And the other kind of bonus part, I guess you could say, was, well, with precision farming, soybeans do not require fertilizer. As you can see by, and in hindsight, Farm Dog Max wants to come sit with me. Okay, come on, buddy. There we go. I could have went with the bigger planter that doesn't fertilize because that would have been smart. But I didn't anticipate this, of course. But that's learning process. So it's kind of neat. I know I didn't really expect this part of it when I started on this map with this geo. Now, of course, this could all go horribly wrong, and it might because for whatever reason, the last time I ran seasons, the botched attempt after the first one, we actually got snow. And it withered my ryegrass crop, and it was just a horrible disaster. So, I scrapped it and I restarted. I basically spent the whole day today setting this up to this point here where we have the equipment and the fields prepped to a standard to which crops are going to grow properly, and because of the precision farming part of it, that took quite a bit of time. But now that it's set up, things like this, where it's only using seed and not fertilizer, will mean that I use, I'm not going to use any fertilizer planting these soybeans. And once the soil testing, it's good for, if I remember correctly now, it's been a while since I've really counted how many crops you can plant before you have to retest the soil. But I think we're good for at least 4 seasons, or basically 4 harvests. When you harvest, it just goes. I mean, those of you who have run precision farming or run it now, well, this is all going to be old news, things you've known for ages. If we go into our precision farming, see, it's the color is slightly darker than where we haven't harvested. Oh, sorry, that's pH, nitrogen yield. But yes, so the pH, of course, will go down slightly, but it does go darker, and the darkness continues after each harvest. So after the next harvest, it'll be another shade darker until, as you can see on the bottom of this scale here, the pH scale right at the bottom, It's completely black, outdated data. That means when it goes completely black, you can no longer tell the state of the ground, and you will have to retest. So that's there. But when you're not running seasons, your turnover, your field turnover is quite quick. Seasons, obviously, it's in-game, or I'm running 3-day seasons just because there's not a whole lot going on typically, especially when you're recording for an episode. So yeah, you want to keep things moving, shall we say. Anyways, in the interest of keeping things moving, I'm going to cut away again, and we will catch you in a bit once we're further along. All right, everybody. Looks like I got carried away with the harvest here, but anyways, here we are. Just gonna load up our last 2 hoppers full here, and we'll call it an episode. There we go. Whoop. Oh, I didn't park these 2. They're not quite. Come on, get up. There we go. So we have planted canola. Soybeans. Soybeans in 4, and we have harvested completely here, of course. And so now now we wait. Canola prices are going up at Lizard, agro-industrial. We're going to wait a little bit for that and sell it there. So yes, so here's another quick look. Soybeans, we're in the planting green, and of course canola, we are in the harvesting. So it looks like they're both empty. And let's take a quick look, see what we got off that field. A couple of loads for sure, so 600,000 liters or so. That should bring in a little bit of cash, and we'll be able to. So I've decided, while this is emptying, so we're going to split this field up into 4 parts. Once planting season comes around, I may just go there and just split them up beforehand, if I can kind of get them evenly spaced. And we will have going to so I'm going to plant beans, sorghum, the maize 2, and we're going to try the ryegrass again. So those are the 4 crops we're going to try in that field and see how we fare. And then hopefully the soybeans come up too. And there you have it. So we will see how it turns out. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Leave a like if you did, and we'll carry on to the next section of our little experiment here. Just a let's play, no role play, no story, just kind of hey, we got some kind of cool. We might even try after these some more peanuts, and the Napier, which seemed to be a a chaff or a silage type product only. All right, well, hope you enjoyed it. My name is Looney Farm Guy, of course. And remember, it's just a game, so have some fun with it. I do. Till next time, bye for now.